je doen. So welcome everyone. I'm glad you're joining this class. Make sure that you turn off your telephone, or at least turn off your notifications like WhatsApp, email notifications, or any other distractions that can disturb you in your practice. We're going to do a chair yoga class today. It's going to be a mix again. I always like to not emphasize specifically on one group of muscles or a target area. And it's also just something that evolves along the way. Having said that, it's a really good start to just come a little bit forward on your chair. So without resting against the back of your arms rest or your back rest. And I sometimes maybe say a bit funny things in English because it's not my mother tongue. But having said that, placing your hands on your knees and come and sit upright. So you can lift the crown of your head up to the ceiling. You can activate that core slightly by pulling the navel in, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears and placing the hands maybe on top of each other. So we start immediately with a nice and focused breath. So placing the hands on top of each other, we imagine that we are having this little fire burning, and we try to expand that fire by breathing into the lower belly, into the lower back, and the hip area. So breathing in, you can take your hands slowly out. Your belly is expanding. And on the exhale, you bring your hands together, your palm or top hand becomes a fist and you bring your hand up. Breathing in, take your hands out. So make sure that you've turned your sound off if you're still. And on an exhale, bring those hands together. So when you take those hands up and you activate that core, inhale, breathe in deep. And exhale. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathing in, bring those hands a bit wider. And exhale. Last time, breathe in. And exhale. So now the next time we come forward with our body and we take those hands all the way up. Inhale, and on the exhale, you lean back a little bit, bring those elbows towards your hips. Breathe in, come forwards. And exhale. So we slightly engage that core a bit further and we just activate our belly muscles by doing this, by leaning back, coming forward, breathing in. So it's also the power of repetition here that your body gets to recognize what we're doing. Last time you come up, breathe in. And on the next, we're going to twist to the right side. Just brush it off with your hands. Breathe in. Brush it off to the left. And by doing this, you can already feel it in your shoulders. But it's all very mild and we'll just build it up. Exhale. So you might notice that we have a bit of a tempo here. Breathing in to the left. And the next time we breathe in, we're going to bring those hands together. Press the palms against each other and twist to the right side again. Breathe in, take your hands forward and up. Exhale, press those hands together, twist to the left. Again, you come forward, take your hands up. Exhale, twist to the right. Now with the left hand, hold on to the outside of the right seat. Left hand may be behind you. You inhale again, open up your chest. And on an exhale, through the nose, twist a little bit deeper. Now let's stay here for 2 more breaths, just to give the body a bit more time. And exhale. And maybe you can integrate a little pause on the top. And at the end of your breath, just to also calm yourself down, to not speed up your breath too much. Breathe in, come forward and up. Exhale, hands in front, against each other, twist to the left, right hand on the outside of your seat, left hand behind you. Breathe in, open up your chest, and exhale through the nose, twist. Now, I like to sometimes round the spine a little bit and look down to the floor, but you can just feel into it. So you never push yourself beyond your limitations. So you just try to use your intuition. Come forward again, inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the buttocks off the chair for a moment. Pull the belly in, breathe in. And on an exhale, take those elbows in, breathe in. So my upper legs are really strong here. I try to push them out a little bit. Breathe in and exhale. And you activate your core by doing this. Breathe in. Bring those hands together. Again, you twist. And this time we're going to bring the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. To do that, sometimes you help yourself with your right hand on your upper leg and bring the left elbow on the outside, pull the navel in slightly. See whether you can bring those hands on top of each other again, the right elbow reaching up to the top. You might want to press your upper legs out a little bit. Although they stay together, they stay in the same spot. It's an activating movement or action, really. Maybe you can even bring that left hand down and the right hand up. These are just variations. You don't have to go that far. Find your breath. As long as you don't stop your breath, you're doing the right thing. Breathe in one more time. On an exhale, bring those hands together. If you open up, look forward, breathe in. Exhale. Sit a little bit deeper. I know this is probably going to burn your legs. Place those hands together. Twist to the left side. Hands on top of each other. So we're going to give ourselves a little break after this. But just stay here. Find your breath. See whether you can focus on your breath. If this is really too heavy, you can sit down on your chair and do the twist. Maybe if you want to sit down like I'm doing right now, it's not cheating, it's just listening to your body, opening up those arms. Can you still breathe? On the next exhale, bring those hands together again. One more time, breathe in. Maybe you can stand up, open up your hands, and slowly bend forward all the way. So your fingertips can touch the floor. You can just dangle a little bit. From left to right, making these half circles here. And then when you place your hands on the floor again, you can bend the left knee, place the left fingertips in front of the left foot, and start leaning into the left foot. Straighten the right leg, keep the left knee bent. Now you can activate that upper leg muscle. You can pull your navel in slightly. You can open up your chest a bit more to the front and take the right shoulder up. Now maybe you want to stay here with your right hand on your hip. Maybe you want to take that right hand up to the ceiling. You can breathe in one more time, reaching up. Now on an exhale, we're going to take the right hand down, and you can also bend both of your knees, placing the right fingertips in front, start to lean into it. Maybe for some of us, you have to walk the left foot a little bit further out. Straighten the left leg, open up your chest. So I'm really feeling that I'm activating my left upper leg muscle, those quadriceps. Pull the navel in, open up your chest, breathe in. So we're gonna stay here and then move back and forth, breathing in last time. On an exhale, first bring those hands down, bending both knees, then straighten the right leg whilst taking the right hand up. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Wait, pause, then inhale, left hand goes up. Pause, exhale, coming down. Pause, inhale, coming up. I'm just resting on 3 fingertips. I don't have to have the whole hand. Just continue on the floor. You just find those fingertips and slowly coming down. Place your hands on the shins, breathing in. And on the exhale, bring your hands to your calves and exhale, bend forward. And we still feel that stretch on the back of our legs. Breathing in, pressing against the shins. And exhale. Listening to the sound of your breath and relax your jaws, your neck. And then slowly coming down. Placing the feet a bit wider. So we're going to work a bit more on the upper body by pressing the left hand against the inside of the right knee. Inhale, coming to the middle. Exhale. Breathing into the middle. Exhale. Breathing into the middle. Exhale to the left side. Now let's come back to the middle. We're going to do this again, but then with a little bit more of an exaggerated breath. It's a bit of a cleansing breath, so to speak. So we breathe in again. And on an exhale, leaning into the right side, so the left hand presses on the inside, and you exhale and stick your tongue out. Breathe into the middle. Exhale to the left. Breathe into the middle. Exhale to the right. Breathe into the middle. Exhale to the left. One more time on each side. Breathing into the middle. Exhale to the right. Sticking that tongue out. Inhale. And exhale to the left. And then just move a little bit more in your own way. And maybe you can just take your hands a bit more to the floor. And it's like playing with your hands in the sand. It's like imagining that you are on the beach or maybe at the water side and you just want to let your fingers brush or slide through the water, through the sands. And then holding on to your feet, you can bring your feet a bit wider. Maybe you want to place your hands in the middle. Maybe you want to hold on to your feet. And you can try to push your heels away, hold on to the big toes maybe, or any version in between, as long as you start to feel it on the back of your legs. And let's breathe in again. And on an exhale, coming forwards, and we just lean into it. Nothing more than this. Breathe in. Exhale. Maybe just relax your neck, make a couple of movements here. Now, if I would keep my feet flat on the floor, you could do that as well. You can bring your hands forwards a little bit deeper, or you can bring your hands back and just hold on to the paws of your chair. Now, I'm holding on to them, and you can breathe in one more time. And on an exhale, I'm going to pull ourselves a little bit deeper into the pose. And just stay here for a moment. Just notice the sensation that comes with this stretch. Can you relax your face? Can you gently breathe your way through it? And maybe focus on the sounds of your breath. So it's really a very nice sound to hold on to or to latch on to. How is your neck doing? Can you relax it a little bit more? Last exhale, maybe pull yourself a little bit, just a couple of millimeters further towards your chair. Slowly coming up. And then turn to the left side. So we're going to use the chair here for this lunge pose. But if you have ever, if you're on the floor and it's like a nice carpet or it's soft padding, you can also just bring your knee down. Just have your toes point away and then just come forward just a couple of times. So I'm doing it on the chair as we are doing a chair yoga session here, but you can intensify it a little bit by going to the floor. Now just on the chair, you can keep those toes curled, press the right heel away from you. And you can see that my right leg is straight. If it's still bent, but you feel it, that's fine. You just find your version here. Draw the left hip back a little bit. So both hip bones are squared. Now breathe in. And on the exhale, open up your chest. You come forward. Maybe I have to work with my chair here, so I'm going to do it like this, but you can bring your hands forward like this as well. On an exhale again, open up the chest. Breathe in. Exhale. And then bring your hands behind. Interlace your fingers, opening up the chest a little bit more. And maybe if it's in your practice, you could come off the chair and see whether you can find balance here. So now I'm not using the chair anymore. I'm just trying to find my balance. Now let go of your hands and bring them up again. Coming into an Anjane Asana, a lunge pose. Breathe in again. And on an exhale, I'm going to take a seat again. You can take the right heel down. And we're going to spread our arms. This is a warrior two pose. So the back leg is straight. You try to keep that foot flat on the floor. Turn your left palm up. Look forward towards your left hand. Come a little bit forward. And then take your left hand over your head. So you can stay here. You can maybe bend your elbow. Lean into it a little bit more. Maybe the right hand can go up as well. Hold on to the left elbow and you can just find that stretch. Maybe you can bounce back and forth. Find that stretch a little bit more. And open up in warrior two again. So let's come off the chair and just having both legs straight. You can take your arms in the width or the length of your mat. Then lean forward. Place your left shin or left hand on towards your shin. And maybe the right hand can come up, or you keep it on your hip or maybe behind you. Otherwise, just take it up. Now let's try to come into this triangle pose. Maybe you can slide your left hand a little bit further down and you're going to start to feel it on the inside and on the back of your left leg. So it's not a very fast class, but by staying in the pose and breathing through it, we can deepen this, find more length. Just keep your focus on your breath. On an exhale, slowly look down. Inhale, come up, and then sit again. And then come to the middle. And you can just make a couple of cycling movements here. And any kind of movement. I'm really just being creative here. I feel that it might be nice to create a little bit of movement in the hips after having done more static postures. So you can do this as well when you are working behind the computer. And let's move towards the right side. So either you stay on the chair or you come with your knee to the floor and you lean into it. Maybe bounce back and forth a couple of times, just to create a bit more length. And remember, any kind of pose that you really like, you can do this anytime a day. And you just stop working for a moment and you start stretching it, but use your breath. So I'm gonna come to the chair again, but you can stay on the floor, that feels much better. Straighten that left leg. Make sure that your hips are parallel with where you're facing. Take your hands up. On an exhale, bring your hands behind your head. Now on an inhale, look forwards, and exhale, you can lean back a little bit, just as much as feels good. We're gonna do this 3 more times. Breathe in. And exhale, lean back a little bit more. Stay here, look where you're looking at, breathe in. Exhale a little bit more. Last time, guys, doing great, breathe in. Exhale, lean back as much as you can. On an inhale, take your hands up again. Exhale, bring your hands behind, maybe interlace your fingers just the other way. Open up your chest on a nice inhale. And then maybe you can come off the chair again. This is one balanced posture that we're gonna integrate into this practice. Breathing in again, bringing your hands up, finding yourself into this balanced posture, this lunge position. Breathe in one more time. If you're becoming a bit warm, that's very normal. Breathe in one more time. On an exhale, drop the back heel down, come and sit on your chair again. And again, we're gonna take the hands towards the outside. Exhale, turn the right palm up. On an inhale, we're gonna lean a bit forward. And then take your right hand over your head. And you either stay here or you bend your right elbow. Just place the hand against the back of your skull. Maybe you can take your left hand over your head. and just leaning into it. Find your breath. Just a couple more times. Last inhale. And slowly open up again. Start standing. And maybe the back foot comes a little bit forward. Take your hands towards the length of the mat again. And then inhale, reach forward. Place your right hand onto your shin. The left hand goes up in the air, Trikonasana. Or maybe you want to bring it behind and hook your fingers on the inside of your right leg. But that is just all optional if you have it in your practice. But don't worry about it. This is already good enough. So give yourself a moment to feel that hamstring again, the back of your right leg. Relax your face, soften your gaze. Last couple of breaths. And with every exhale, maybe a little bit deeper. Exhale, look down. And inhale, come up again. Turn your right toes forwards. And then start to circle that right knee. You can hold on to it. Inside out, outside in. And place that foot on your knee. Breathe in, open up your chest. And on an exhale, so you can see that my foot is flexed. So my toes are pointing straight forward. And then you come down. Inhale, press against those knees and foot. Exhale. Breathe in again. And then slowly start to relax onto your leg. Make sure that the left foot is just underneath the left knee so that it has enough support. And you can just lean or hang into it. So you can really feel this. That's a brilliant hip opener. You can do this anywhere on any chair, as long as you give yourself a little bit of time. If you're not in a rush, and you give yourself like a couple of breaths, you can already feel the benefits. Maybe close your eyes. Trying to just observe any kind of sensation that comes up. Observe the sound of your breath again. Whatever thought comes up, you just look at it and it will pass by. You don't have to do anything with it. Last exhale, coming a little bit further forward. All right, great. So you can place that foot on the floor again. Take the left knee up. So I've noticed that I'm sliding back on my chair a little bit. That's also the design of my chair. It's not flat. It has these little indents. So make sure that you have the right position on your chair. Then you always feel you're in the right position. And just keep opening up from the left to the right, from the right to the left. Pulling that knee up. Placing that foot, the left foot on top of the right knee. Make sure the right foot is a little bit forward so that it is underneath the right knee. Place your hands on the knee and foot. Breathe in, open up your chest. And exhale with that foot flexed, coming forward. Only as much as feels good. I can't go any deeper because it would hurt. Breathe in. And slowly I'm gaining a bit more space. Breathe in. Placing the hands or the lower arms, the forearms on your leg. Rest here. Close your eyes for a moment. Listen to the sound again. Relax your jaws, your lips, your tongue. So every time you can just ask yourself, am I relaxing every other muscle I don't need for this pose? How's your neck doing and your shoulders? Last couple of breaths. One more time, breathe in. And maybe this time on the exhale, you can come a little bit further forward. Slowly come back up. Take your hands up on an inhale. Exhale, bring them down. One more time, bring in your hands. And then try to bring your hands on top of your shoulders. So the last movement that we're going to do here is a very invigorating one. We're going to breathe into the left, breathe out to the right. You're going to do it a bit more vigorously, a bit more active. Coming back to the middle, and we're doing the same thing, but then inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Just a little bit longer, almost there. And stop. All right. So just bringing the left hand underneath the right and give yourself a nice last little stretch for your shoulders. And exhale, breathe through it. Inhale, take your hands out. Exhale, the right hand underneath the left so that you can hold on to that left shoulder with your right hand and bring the left hand towards the right. And slowly coming back, maybe a couple of last shoulder rolls, maybe a couple of neck rolls. I hear all sorts of cracks in my neck. It's like lubricating those joints. Nice little rubs in the face. All right, come and sit a little bit deeper. Close your eyes, let your hands rest on your knees, sitting upright. And just for the last moment, take in this practice. Maybe notice how you feel, what kind of sensations you feel running through your body. Notice how your breath is right now. You might want to stay here for a little bit longer, but I want to thank you at least for joining this yoga class and see you next time. Namaste.